Hi, welcome to the K-drama recap. Spoiler ahead. Today's video is all about a Korean series, All of Us Are Dead. All of Us Are Dead is a zombie horror series set in a South Korean district plagued by a fatal virus that converts all infected into mindless monsters, as well as the high school that acts as the pandemic's epicenter. It is based on Joo DongKeun's webtoon, Now at Our School. Lee Byung-chan is a brilliant scientist who works as a substitute teacher at Hyosun High School, where his son is constantly bullied. When his son attempts suicide, he begins to experiment on him in order to discover a method for him to fight back, which leads to the development of the Jonas virus. A student is bitten by a hamster that was part of Byung-chan's experiments one day at school. He restrains her at first, but she breaks free and returns to her class before being escorted to the infirmary. They call an ambulance, but she bites the school doctor and spreads the infection before being transferred. Slowly but steadily, the school's students and teachers become infected and go insane, while patient 0, who was transferred to the hospital, begins to spread the virus around the city at an alarming rate. A group of students seek refuge in the scientific lab, trying to make sense of what is going on. Byung-chan has been arrested and is being interrogated by Detective Song Jae-ik. Byung-chan warns him that if the infection spreads, there is no way to stop it. The children in the science lab decide that they can't stay any longer and climb down from the outside using a water hose. They descend 2 levels to the broadcasting room, where they meet Mrs. Park, their teacher. They have to battle off a zombie that is following them, and Kyung-soo is accused of being bitten as a result. Despite pleading his innocence, he accepts to isolate himself in order to prove it. Na-yeon, the group's most suspicious member, is told to apologize, but she instead infects him by wiping his open wound with zombie blood. The group lost 3 members as a result of this contact. Nam Se-ju, a firefighter, is dispatched to save an assemblywoman, but he is more concerned with rescuing his daughter, Nam On-jo, from the school. Nam On-jo is a friendly and easygoing high school student. She is the most popular student in her class. He is ordered to wait for the rescue chopper till the next day after being convinced to postpone his decision. They make plans to spend the night together. Cheong-san and Soo-hyuk, 2 of the students, decide to go to the teacher's lounge and get the phone. Chino-san is On-jo's childhood friend and Soo-hyuk is a high school student who is in charge of perilous activities, has exceptional athletic abilities. They are able to obtain the phone, but Cheong-san is blocked and has to run the other way. The infected have gained access to the police station, and Byung-chan informs the detective that the only possible solution is on his laptop at school. He then puts his own life on the line to save the detective. Jae-ik needs to rush to the emergency center and inform them about Byung-chan and his laptop because martial law has been imposed in the area. Chung-san witnesses Gwi-nam murdering the principal and then attempts to flee while evading the zombies. Chung-san watches as Gwi-nam is swamped by zombies after stabbing him in the eye. He makes it to the music room and sets up a blockade there. The others in the broadcast room find out where Chung-san is with the help of a drone and then hatch with the help of a drone. The others in the broadcast room figure out where Chung-san is and devise a strategy to reach him via the school speaker. They try to attract the zombies to one side of the school and run to the opposite side. Gwi-nam grabs Soo-hyuk and Nam-ra and bites Nam-ra before pushing him out the window. Nam-ra is the school's top student and class president. She maintains her composure at all times. While fighting with her friends, she discovered what true friendship is and changed. Others are concerned about Nam-ra, but Soo-hyuk swears she will not turn because Gwi-nam was not acting in a zombie-like behavior. Se-ju escapes the quarantine camp in order to go to his daughter's school and save her. The students decide to climb to the top in the hopes of being rescued, so they devise a plan to construct a barrier in the middle and use music to lure the zombies in. Once all of the zombies have entered, they flee out the opposite side of the chamber and rush up to the rescue chopper, which has already left before noticing them. On his way to the quarantine camp, Jae-ik comes across a deserted newborn, a worried little girl, and a stranded social media influencer. The commander boards a bus and travels across the city. They come upon Eunji, an infected student who, like Gwi Nam and Nam Ra, does not show any symptoms. Soon after, they are taken by a group of troops and brought to the camp. When Jaeik informs them about the laptop, they send a team to the school to retrieve it. They intend to rescue the students on the roof once they have it secured, but Eunji attacks someone at the camp that casts doubt in the soldiers' minds, and they are ordered to leave without them. A thunderstorm strikes later that night, allowing the kids to devise a fresh strategy for escaping the school grounds. They use the chaos of the storm to get to the auditorium, where they meet up with another set of survivors but are trapped in a room once more. The next morning, they figure out how to use the steel trolleys to construct a barrier around them so that they can get to the back door and escape. They make it to the other side, where Sejoo appears and saves them from a dangerous scenario. The military recognizes that there is no cure for the virus and begins to consider more drastic measures to combat the outbreak. Sejoo leads them to the mountains and offers himself as a sacrifice to aid their escape. They reach the nearby construction space but are once again pinned down by the zombies. The military decides to gather all the zombies into 4 major zones and bomb those regions. They utilize drones that produce sound at a specific frequency to draw everyone in. Gwi Nam remains determined in his pursuit of Cheong-san's vengeance. Cheong-san sacrifices himself as bait while the others flee into the wilderness after he takes a bite of Cheong-san and is thrown down the side of the building. The military detonates the bombs and then sends in the troops to cleanse the rest of the area. The finale of All of Us Are Dead is thoroughly described. The students were still in the woods the next morning, with one of them hurt by the explosion's effects. They decide to go to the mountains, but they actually end up going around in circles. They come across a yellow marker tied to one of the trees while roaming around. When Anjo notices a flashlight, they start following a trail of them. She recognizes her father's name on the markings and understands that he was the one who tied them. They're directed back into the streets of Hyosan instead of the adjacent city, where they find empty streets with no indications of life. When Nam Ra hears zombies approaching, he orders everyone to flee. On the verge of a breakthrough, the students have had enough of escaping and have resolved to remain and fight. They take whatever weapons they can find and embrace the approaching swarm. A struggle begins, and the students, with the help of Nam Ra's superhuman abilities, manage to hold them off. They lose another member of their group, but they keep going in the hopes of finding a safe refuge. Nam Ra begins to feel herself deteriorate and prey to the virus, so she breaks away from the rest of the group. Anjo and Soo Hyuk chase her down and try to persuade her to rejoin them, but she is unable to control herself and refuses. When the students arrive at a checkpoint, they are rescued and sent to the quarantine camp. After months in the camp, there appears to be no evidence that the Hyosan residents will be released. Anjo visits a shrine she built in memory of the people she lost on a daily basis. While she goes for a walk, she notices a fire on the roof of their school. She informs Soo Hyuk about it, and they make plans to go the next night. Soo Hyuk informs the others, and the entire group sets out to seek the ruins of their school. When they get to the roof, they notice a little campfire that is brightly burning. Anjo thinks it's most likely Nam Ra, and then Nam Ra appears. She informs them that there are others in the city who are in need of assistance, and that she will always remember the friends she made, but that she will not be able to return with them. She then leaps off the roof after giving her goodbyes to the others. That is where the season ends. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the subscribe button to notify you every time if there's a new upload. Don't forget to like and share this video. Comment also some K-drama or movies you would like me to talk about. Thank you for watching and have a good day ahead.